What if I told you that employer branding isn't about you? It's about them. And by them, I mean your talents, the people you want to attract and keep. In today's special episode, I'm giving you an exclusive sneak peek into my brand new book, Story-Driven Employer Branding. You're about to hear the very first chapter, and trust me, it's going to change the way you think about employer branding. So go ahead, grab a cup of coffee, sit back, and let's dive in. And if you love what you hear, you can grab the full book right now on Amazon. Just search for Story-Driven Employer Branding or check the link in the show notes. Let's get started. Introduction. Business storytelling to match minds with mission. In a world where attention spans are shrinking but expectations are soaring, the ability to tell a story isn't just nice to have, it's the key to standing out. And yet, most businesses overlook storytelling when it comes to one of their most critical assets, their employer brand. Here's the reality. Talented people don't join companies, they join futures they believe in. They're not just evaluating your salary packages or benefits, they're assessing the culture you've built, the values you uphold, and the vision you offer for their growth. Today's candidates are driven by purpose, potential, and progress, not just paychecks. And the same goes for the people already on your team. If they can't find value in what you stand for and where you're headed, they'll disengage and eventually leave. That's where the magnetic employer branding method comes in. This isn't just another framework for employer branding. It's a system that uses the timeless power of storytelling to match the aspirations of today's talent with the mission of your organization. Through 5 core principles, this method empowers employers to step into the role of a trusted guide, shaping a narrative that inspires talent to see themselves as the hero in your story. By the end of this book, you'll have the tools to craft a brand story that doesn't just attract talent, but builds sustainable affinity, internally and externally. This methodology is for leaders who know their people are the true competitive edge. Whether you're an HR leader, a marketing expert, or CEO, this book will show you how to integrate storytelling into every corner of your employer brand, from defining your culture to measuring its ROI. Let's dive into the art and science of turning your business story into your greatest talent magnet. The 5 key principles. Having set the stage for how the magnetic employer branding method leverages storytelling to attract and retain top talent, let's dive into its backbone, the 5 key principles. These principles aren't just theoretical, they are practical, actionable steps that will transform how you connect with the people who can drive your organization forward. Each principle is rooted in the science of storytelling and persuasion, ensuring your employer brand becomes magnetic to the right audience. Principle number 1. The talent is the hero. Every great story revolves around a hero, a character facing challenges and searching for a guide to help them overcome obstacles and achieve a brighter future. In employer branding, the talent is the hero, not your company. This is the cornerstone of magnetic storytelling. Here's why it works. According to the science of persuasion, when you decrease your power, you increase your influence. By addressing the struggles, aspirations, and pain points of your target audience, you create trust and genuine connection. When you show that you understand their journey and can offer a way forward, a career path that adds meaning and value to their lives, you become their guide, the partner they need to succeed. Magnetic employer branding isn't about bragging. It's about positioning your organization as the catalyst for their success. When you make it about them, their ambitions, their growth, their story, you earn not just attention, but loyalty and advocacy. This idea extends beyond attraction. It transforms retention. Employees who see themselves as the heroes of your organizational story are more likely to stay, grow, and contribute. Principle number 2. The employer is the trusted guide. What's a hero without a guide? Think Yoda, Dumbledore, or Haymitch. They're the characters who mentor the hero, offering wisdom, empathy, and a plan for success. In your employer brand story, you are the guide. Your role is to provide the insight, tools, and opportunities that help talent achieve their goals. Why is this so effective? Stories are the brain's favorite way to process information. Neuroscience tells us that stories are like oxygen for our minds. They clarify complex ideas, inspire action, and stick with us long after the facts are forgotten. As the employer, you are the best supporting actor, empowering your people to take the lead and thrive. Think of your favorite movie. The main character begins in crisis, facing challenges they can't solve alone. It's the guide's empathy, authority, and wisdom that help the hero navigate the journey and emerge victorious. This is exactly how your employer brand should function. Position yourself as the trusted guide, and talent will see you as the employer who empowers them to build a life and career they desire. Principle number 3. Key story themes, not EVPs. Forget about those rigid employee value propositions, also known as EVPs, that so many organizations cling to. They often lead to stagnant messaging that fails to resonate. Instead, focus on key story themes, dynamic storytelling-driven frameworks that guide your employer branding communication. Key story themes are the lifeblood of organic and ongoing content creation. They shift your mindset from a one-on-one EVP project to a continuous storytelling process. These themes reflect your desired employer brand perceptions and are designed from 2 perspectives, your role as the guide and the talent's role as the hero. By centering your communication around these themes, you create a consistent and compelling narrative that differentiates your brand. Whether you already have EVPs or not, key story themes give you the structure to translate values and pillars into actionable, authentic storytelling that keeps your brand alive in the minds of your audience. Principle number 4. Employer branding is an ongoing process. Employer branding is not a campaign. Campaigns are short-term, branding is forever. Yet many organizations still treat employer branding as a box to check during recruiting or as a flashy awareness campaign. The truth is, employer branding is a consistent communication process built on trust and engagement over time. Campaigns can grab attention, but what happens next? Without sustained communication, the momentum fades, and so does your relevance in the talent market. With the magnetic employer branding method, you'll move beyond burst campaigns into a long-term strategy that consistently engages passive and active talent. It's this ongoing dialogue, not sporadic marketing efforts, that builds a brand people trust and want to connect with. Principle number 5. Data-driven marketing keeps you on track. Finally, the 5th principle ensures your efforts deliver tangible results, data-driven marketing. Without clear metrics and goals, even the best storytelling can lose its way. This principle is about tying everything back to measurable outcomes, whether it is brand affinity, improving employee engagement and satisfaction rates, talent retention, or your employees' impact on customer experiences and satisfaction. Unlike traditional campaigns that burn through budgets, often with little accountability, a data-driven approach allows you to track, refine, and amplify what works. This ensures your employer branding not only resonates, but also rewards your organization with real, measurable value. Together, these 5 principles form the cornerstones of the magnetic employer branding method, a system that redefines how organizations communicate, attract, and retain top talent. They provide a clear roadmap for creating a brand story that positions you as the trusted guide and your talent as the hero, setting the stage for the chapters to come. Who is this methodology designed for? Let's be clear. This book isn't for everyone, and this methodology isn't a one-size-fits-all solution. It's for companies navigating the unique challenges of today's talent-driven economy. It's for the doers and the dreamers who know that the way we communicate with talent is broken and they are ready to fix it. Are you an HR leader struggling to get buy-in for employer branding initiatives? A talent acquisition expert tired of seeing great candidates slip away? A marketing professional tasked with employer branding but unsure where to start? Or perhaps you're the founder, co-founder, CEO, or other business leader who knows your people and your combined expertise is your competitive advantage, but you haven't figured out yet how to show it to the world. Does your organization face any of these challenges? You're a fast-scaling company where growth depends on converting knowledge into revenue. Your business is undergoing a transformation that's shaking up your culture, ways of working, and people. You're scaling through mergers and acquisitions, trying to unify cultures while driving results. You're caught in the war for talent and need a standout employer brand to reposition yourself as a true talent magnet. If you found yourself not into any of this methodology can offer the clarity, structure, and impact you've been searching for. While any organization can benefit from a systematic employer branding process, the biggest returns on investment often come to knowledge-driven companies struggling with talent shortages. The magnetic employer branding method combines the art of storytelling with the science of persuasion to help you craft a brand that resonates, inspires, and converts. By the end of this book, you'll not only know what to do, but you'll have the tools, insight, and frameworks to actually do it and see measurable results. Why work specifically for fast growth companies? Fast-scaling businesses face unique challenges: rapid cultural shifts, employee uncertainty, and resistance to change. Leadership and internal communications often struggle to keep up, creating a fog of confusion about what success looks like and how daily work contributes to bigger goals. The magnetic employer branding method bridges this gap. By connecting your strategic goals, your mission, customer promise, and desired market position with the culture, values, and daily operations of your business, this methodology makes the purpose of your employees' work crystal clear. It transforms your internal story into a compelling external narrative, aligning change communication with employer branding to create a seamless, ongoing process. Here's the magic. The science of storytelling and persuasion turns your company's transformation, whether it's chaos, growth, or reinvention, into a captivating documentary that resonates with your target audience. By sharing this story authentically through social media and content marketing, you attract talent who see themselves as part of your journey. This transparency not only builds trust, but also filters in candidates who thrive in your dynamic environment and filters out those who prefer slower, more predictable workplaces, reducing costly hiring mistakes. Authenticity and data-driven success. What sets this methodology apart? Well, it's rooted in authenticity and driven by data. Unlike traditional employer branding, which often lacks measurable goals, the magnetic employer branding method focuses on aligning your brand with your real culture, people, and operations. Your organization's magnetism comes from your unique DNA, how your people lead, communicate, collaborate, and innovate. By highlighting these authentic elements, you create a brand story that stands out, not because it's flashy, but because it's real. Now let's talk about data. One of the most exciting aspects of this methodology is its measurable nature. We introduce clear goals, KPIs, and analytics, empowering you to track progress and prove ROI. If you're results driven like me, you love the satisfaction of seeing your employee branding strategy come to life on a beautifully crafted dashboard. Watching our clients light up as they connect with the data and realize the impact of their efforts has been the cherry on top for me. This methodology started as a solution for fast-scaling tech companies, but as digital transformation reshapes every industry, it's now a lifeline for businesses of all types facing change, competition, or talent shortages. Whether you're building a high-growth team, navigating organizational chaos, or simply looking for a better way to engage and attract talent, the magnetic employer branding method offers a proven path forward. The power of business storytelling. We've explored who this methodology is for, but what makes it truly unique? The answer lies in its foundation, the sciences of storytelling and persuasion, deeply rooted in human behavior. Storytelling isn't just an art, it's a science. It taps into the way our brains are wired to process information, build connections, and make decisions. Business storytelling is at the heart of this methodology. It's the practice of using narrative techniques to communicate your company's mission, values, and purpose in a way that resonates emotionally with your audience. Instead of simply listing facts or pitching achievements, storytelling reframes your business as a relatable character, or more often a guide, in a narrative where the employee, customer, or stakeholder is the hero. Why does this work? Because our brains are biologically programmed to seek and respond to stories. It's how humans have made sense of the world for centuries, from oral traditions and epic poems to modern TikToks, Instagram Reels, and YouTube vlogs. Stories create order out of chaos, transforming information into something memorable, compelling, and actionable. This is exactly why storytelling has been a constant in human culture, and why it's such an untapped gold mine in employer branding. The brain and storytelling, a match made for connection. What fascinates me most about storytelling is the science behind it. The way our brains respond to stories isn't learned, it's instinctive. Neuroeconomist Dr. Paul J. Zak explains this beautifully. Quote, stories effectively transmit important information and values from one individual or community to the next. Personal and emotionally compelling stories engage more of the brain and are better remembered than simply stating a set of facts. Think about it. When faced with a new problem or situation, your brain automatically searches for similar patterns or experiences to make sense of what's happening. This innate response to stories is what makes them so powerful and why they're such an effective tool in employer branding. Stories bypass the analytical part of our brain, speaking directly to the emotional core where trust, loyalty, and connection are formed. This book will show you how to use business storytelling to turn your employer brand into a narrative that creates meaningful conversations with your current and future employees. When your audience can see themselves in your story, feel their struggles acknowledged, and their dreams supported, they're more likely to connect, engage, and ultimately become part of your journey. What makes a great story? Is it just an exciting plot or relatable characters? Well, not quite. A great story doesn't have to be elaborate or fictional. It simply needs to resonate emotionally and deliver a clear message. In the context of employer branding, a powerful story isn't about what your organization does or what you've achieved. It's about how your organization uses its experiences, empathy, and authority to help others succeed. This is the core of the hero's career story, one of the first storytelling techniques I designed for HR marketing. Traditional career stories often read like bland resumes, but by reimagining them as authentic, emotionally compelling narratives, we created mini biographies that positioned employees as heroes and the employer as their guide. A hero's career story frames an employee's journey as one of overcoming challenges and discovering opportunities with the employer's support. These stories not only showcase what the employer offers, but also invite the reader to imagine their own transformation, what their career and life might look like if they join this organization. The results? Transformative. These stories resonated deeply with target talent segments, building trust, inspiring action, and creating lasting impressions of the employer brand. If you'd like to explore this approach further, I've included additional resources at the end of this book. Storytelling as a strategic asset. What makes storytelling so invaluable in employer branding is its ability to humanize your organization while strategically positioning your brand. Through storytelling, you can connect your business transformation, culture, and goals to the real-life experiences of employees, creating a cohesive narrative that builds loyalty internally and intrigues externally. As we navigate the chapters ahead, you'll discover how to incorporate storytelling at every stage of your employer branding journey, from crafting narratives that position talents as heroes to using data to validate your impact. Storytelling will become not just a tool, but the language your brand speaks fluently. Let's unlock the power of storytelling and transform your employer brand into a narrative that captivates, connects, and converts. And there you have it, the very first chapter of story-driven employer branding, my gift to you. I hope this gave you a fresh perspective on how employer branding is really about guiding your talents towards their success, because when they win, your business wins too. But this is just the beginning. If you're ready to dive deeper into the magnetic employer branding method and start building an employer brand that attracts, engages, and retains the right talent, grab your copy of the book on Amazon today. Just search for Story-Driven Employer Branding or check the link in the show notes. And hey, if you enjoyed this sneak peek, do me a favor. Share this episode with a fellow HR, business lead, employer branding, or marketing bro who needs to hear it. And don't forget to leave a review on Amazon once you've read the book. It helps more people discover this game-changing approach. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.